Welcome, and thank you for joining us on the World Wide Web. I'm your host for today, Rob Koscik, the president and owner of DLAK Wealth Advisors. I am extremely excited to take a few moments to introduce you to the work of our firm and the value that clients derive by working with us. We at DLAK Wealth Advisors administer over $275 million as of June 30th, 2018. We've been able to accumulate quickly since our founding in 2005. We now support 325 families throughout Southwest Ohio and 16 other states. Here locally in the Cincinnati-Dayton region, we have a team of experts in many disciplines, inclusive of attorneys, MBAs, CFPs, CLUs, and more. Our 6 staff members have over 50 years of industry experience. I started in the industry in 1993 while attaining my MBA from Xavier University. After executive stints at both Fidelity Investments and Charles Schwab, I started this business in 2005 to combine the good in this industry that can come from a personal relationship management model and an advisory relationship in which our clients and interests are appropriately and properly aligned. To be an effective advisor, one must also be an educator. To make the evaluation process easier for our clients and prospective clients, I try to simplify this process by highlighting there are 3 criteria that are important to understand when evaluating an organization from within our industry. The first is relationship. How often will I have scheduled meetings? And what are the content of these meetings? Performance. What strategies will be used to generate the performance of my portfolio? And how can I compare that to how I would do on my own or peers of DLAK? And 3, fees. What did the first 2 cost me? First, we'll cover the relationship that we offer. There are 2 aspects of our delivery. The first is what I will call proactive. Clients will have between 2 and 3 scheduled meetings per year commensurate with portfolio size, financial complexity, and desire. The venues for discussions will be in person or virtual. Topics will be value driven, not primarily just talking about the markets. The second component is reactive. And what I've put in place here is a 24-hour rule, which means that at any point that you have any concerns or questions and you reach out to us, within 24 hours, we will not only have gotten back with you, but I would expect in most instances, we should have been able to answer your question or helped you through an exercise of interest to you. With our team of experts, we are prepared to provide guidance and analysis on a multitude of different topics in our scheduled or unscheduled interactions. When can I retire and how much should I save? Where should I be saving it? What withdrawal rate can I expect from my portfolio in my retirement? How should I be allocating my accounts within different registrations to keep the most money in my pocket at the end of the day? Should I buy a car? Should I lease a car? Should I buy a car off of lease? What future obligations need funding and how can I achieve them? Are there any ways I can restructure my debt to maximize efficiency? Is my estate in order? Do I need a healthcare power of attorney? Do I need a trust? And if I do need a trust, should it be revocable or irrevocable? How do I minimize my taxes today and in retirement? How can I maximize my Social Security benefits? What do I need to know about Medicare and many more? Is it smart to do it yourself as it pertains to financial planning and investment management? Vanguard is often erroneously associated with do-yourself investing, but their message is not do it yourself. It's don't waste your money or advisor's time picking stocks. Everyone needs access to intelligent support. Vanguard determined that individuals working with our advisors were on average 3% better off per year after cost, after tax, and after financial planning net return. Why? Behavioral coaching, keeping clients from doing less than intelligent things. And that brings us to the topic of how we generate performance. We embraced a philosophy 12 years ago that has only recently started to be copied by others. I'll call it Core and Explore. The unthinkable happened in 2013 when the Nobel Prize in Economics was shared by experts who were advocates of seemingly opposed ideas about portfolio management. Joseph Fama, the father of indexing, who also coined efficient markets, and Robert Shiller, famous for the Shiller PE, used to highlight overvalued and undervalued markets, and the Shiller Housing Index, used for the same purpose with non-commercial real estate. How does a proponent of efficient markets share an award on investment selection with someone who called the tech in housing bubbles? Simple. Markets are efficient at the stock level, but with the free flow of information today, the world has a greater propensity for bubbles than ever before. Let me talk about diversifiers and difference makers. 2/3 of our clients' assets will be allocated towards what I will call diversifiers. The sole purpose is to highlight and uncover our client's risk profile and target return, and then build a portfolio that has historically attained that return at the lowest risk level possible. Yes, there may have been thousands of investments or grouping of investments which would have attained that target return during the past 30, 50, 100 years. Yet only one would have achieved it at the lowest risk level possible. Secondly, have that portfolio structured in a very cost-conducive manner and run extremely tax efficiently. The last portion, or a third of your portfolio, that is then allocated or dedicated to difference makers. I evaluate this in two steps. One, I look at hundreds of sectors and styles that have been in existence for 20 years in the past and I'm confident, if not certain, will be around 20 years in the future. I then look at their overall valuations today versus the historic norm, and I uncover those that are undervalued. Clearly, the only rule of investing still remains today, to buy low and sell high. I then look at, under the current economic environment, which has been shared many times in the past, what has been a consistent result. I can target undervalued categories that eventually will revert to the mean and buy them inexpensively and buy them in a time where economic conditions are conducive. And I really look forward to talking more about that. There's a lot more that could be said regarding performance generation, and I would look forward to speaking to that topic more. But lastly, we manage portfolios in a cost-conscious manner, in a tax-efficient manner, and free from conflicts of interest where possible. Our fees are charged based upon the value of your portfolio to ensure we are all rooting for the same thing, your success. In conclusion, I hope you've learned a little bit about the value we provide our clients. We look forward to meeting with you to continue our discussion and address any questions that you may have concerning our relationship commitment to our clients, our investment philosophy, and the very competitive low-cost structure. On behalf of myself, Rob Koscik, and all of us at DLAK Wealth Advisors, make it a great and prosperous day.